Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited that we're here. We are finally done with the series about all the chakras and your energy channels and the red flags and how you can align them. But now we're starting a brand new series. It is all about Reiki. If you want to reduce stress, sleep better, or just simply boost your spirituality, this series is for you. So let's get started. So let's start with a little bit of foundation, as I usually do. So the term Reiki comes from the word Raku K. Raku is the vertical flow of energy that we have in our body, and then K is the horizontal flow that we have in our body. Initially, Reiki was a meditation practice used by the Tibetan lamas. They created large wall hangings with the symbols and concentrated on them during chants to reach enlightenment. So one important ritual was when the person sits on a wooden stool, and then this wooden stool had silver on it. They would sit around this earthenware that had 3 inches of water, and the person would sit down there and concentrate and meditate during this time. So the earthenware that was placed in the center was an oval shape because the purpose was to symbolize the Akasha, space, heaven, the universe. They also had a wall made out of copper with the Reiki symbols that can be reflected. And during this time, the whole point is for the person to concentrate within that moment and to meditate, hoping that the symbols will penetrate in the conscious and subconscious mind until you reach enlightenment. Even though a lot of this was passed down by word of mouth because the history was somewhat lost along the way, you come to realize how they still knew the elements and the metals and how to use everything. For instance, they use water. Water is also a conductor, and silver, it is amazing because it purifies your body, it purifies your mind. Now let's go into the mid 1800s. This is where Dr. Mikao Usui, he rediscovered Reiki. So Dr. Usui was fascinated by the healing abilities of the Buddha. He noticed how much suffering was happening around him, which led him on a quest to find information on how to heal the physical body. Okay, he was talking to many people in different temples, but he really couldn't find what he was looking for because a lot of it was lost during time. Nothing was recorded, or it was very secretive, until he went to northern India. And during that time, he actually read sacred texts, which led him to find a formula or a guide. It talked about how to connect with higher power. It didn't give him the healing abilities that he was looking for. Saying so, he just decided just to go through the formula or the steps and see what happens. So he decided to go to the holy mountains for 21 days. He fasted, and what he did was he put 21 stones in front of him, and every day he would throw away a stone every single day. So on his 21st day, he did the same thing. He threw away the stone. He realized, okay, I've been here for 21 days, nothing is happening. As he's leaving before dawn, he noticed a bright light coming towards him, and he realized that this light is extremely bright and it may actually hurt him and probably kill him. That was his thoughts at the moment. But then he was also realizing, okay, this can probably grant me with the healing abilities that I have been looking for. So he accepted the challenge, and he was hit by this light. So as he woke up, he saw orbs with the Reiki symbols, what their meanings are, what to use it for, and all the information that he needed to go ahead and heal people. From there, he practiced and taught Reiki to many people, passing down his knowledge to 60 masters, one of them being Dr. Chujiro Hayashi. Dr. Hayashi, a naval officer, he believed in a more systematic way of using Reiki. He was the one that organized using hand placements on the body to ensure full body coverage. Before his death, he shared his knowledge with Madame Takata because he also wanted to preserve the information that he learned from Dr. Usui. Madame Takata was responsible for sharing that knowledge into the West. How she ended up meeting Dr. Hayashi, it was interesting because Madame Takata was actually very sick, and she went to his clinic and then she recovered, of course, and she just kept bothering him until he finally gave up and taught her Reiki, and she became a Reiki master. So now that you understand the basic of Reiki and the foundation, even though we still don't have a lot of information because it was never recorded. Remember, this is something that was a secret back in the day, so we are extremely lucky to know this information today. So now you're going to learn the benefits of Reiki because it has changed my life, and I hope that it will change yours now going forward. So one of the first benefits of Reiki is that it helps you sleep better. This is something extremely transformative for people who suffer from insomnia. The Reiki energy, the way that it works, it relaxes you. It puts you back into this neutral state. So doing Reiki before you go to bed, it is fantastic because it will help you sleep a lot better. Reiki also helps the recovering process, just in case you got hurt, you have an injury, you just had a surgery. It speeds up the recovering process because it helps your immune system. It also increases mental clarity. When using Reiki, for some reason, the first time I actually felt Reiki on my body, I just felt a sense of understanding, and this is coming from someone who is extremely aware of her surroundings and what is going on in her life. But Reiki really puts that a little bit up a notch of just a basic understanding of where you are. It is very grounding, but the energy is very soft. It is a detox. The same way that people have this green juice and you're detoxing and all those things, when using Reiki every single day, your body starts to detox because it wants to go back to what it was. It wants to go back to the energy that you were born with, which is you connecting to nature. It is the energy of just being balanced. The same way when it comes to the chakras, it is the same exact feeling. The body always wants to go back to its normal state, and Reiki helps you with that. So when it comes to your spiritual side, one thing that Reiki does, it enhances your intuition. It finally connects you to your higher self, to the creator, to the universe, because when you're using Reiki on yourself, you're connecting that energy with your body. You become a vessel, and I will explain that later on, but you become a vessel of that energy. So automatically you feel a connection, a sense of belonging. It forces you to sit down and focus on the energy of the higher self, the source, the universe, whatever you want to call it, as I always say, because Reiki, it requires you to sit there and feel the energy. Reiki is not something that you can do in your mind. You actually have to touch yourself. You actually have to place your hand on something. Okay, so it requires you to sit in a moment where you can sit there for 5 minutes. Reiki, it is not the practice where you can just play it off here and there. The more that you use it, the stronger it gets, and the same thing goes the other way. The less you use it, the more it goes away. Remember that this is life force energy, the energy of the creator, the same energy that you can find in nature, the same energy that you find all around us. This is an energy that you have to tap into. Even though it is still flowing around us and everything that we touch, you still have to learn to tap into that energy so you can feel its effects. Sometimes people assume that automatically when you do Reiki you will feel it. Some people do if they're already sensitive to that, but some people don't, because it takes time for your frequency to align with this type of frequency. Okay, so it is always important to practice Reiki on yourself, and you can practice on your animals, you can practice on your plants, and I will explain that in the future videos. But at the same time, like I said before, this is not a practice that you can do here and there. This is a practice that you must do, just like Dr. Sui, right? You must do every single day to be able to get its full benefits. The last spiritual benefit is that Reiki helps balance out all our chakras. Now that you have watched all the other videos about chakras, if you haven't, please go back. I have done individual videos talking about each individual chakra. This is another tool that you can put in your toolbox whenever you are going through a hard time. When you feel that your chakras are imbalanced, you can always Reiki yourself. And of course, in the future videos, I will explain how to do that. So how do you channel the Reiki energy? So the Reiki energy, like I said, it is all around us. It is universal life force. It is the energy of the creator, of the source. There is nothing different about me and you. However, when you become a Reiki practitioner, you are initiated to this process, meaning you are aligned with this frequency, so you are able to feel it a lot more. However, if you're not initiated with the symbols, it is still okay. You can still do Reiki on yourself. The first thing that you always have to remember, if you are doing Reiki on somebody else, which I do not recommend unless it's your pet or a plant, if you're not a Reiki practitioner, is that you need to remember that you are just a channel. You are just a vessel, okay? Very, very important, because what happens is that our ego gets in the way, and a lot of people seem to think, oh, I'm healing people, and no, you're not. Okay, the energy is going through your body and it's coming out from your hands. You're not doing the healing itself. The creator, the source, the universal life force is going through your body and it's coming out from your hands. Energy comes out from here. So this is why it's important to place your hands on your body when you're doing Reiki. Visualize a purple light. A purple light, just visualize coming out of your palms. Have your hands in a prayer position and just visualize this purple light from the top all the way through your crown chakra, then your third eye, all the way, and then it goes and sits on the heart, and then from the heart it goes through your palms. Okay, just imagine that energy. So once you start to feel, it could be hot for you, it could be cold, it really depends, or you may not even feel anything, to be honest. So the first thing that you're going to do is start to Reiki yourself. It's important for you to study yourself. You can write things down, just journal how you feel every time that you think about the Reiki energy. So a way that you can do it, for us Reiki practitioners and masters and advanced practitioners, we know how to invoke that energy. But if you're not a Reiki practitioner, that is okay. All you can say is Reiki, 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 Reiki. And of course, before you do that, just make sure that you have an intention, you clear the space, you clear your aura and all those things, and Reiki, 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 and then you start to Reiki yourself. Well, that is all for today. Thank you for watching this video. I look forward to this series. There's so much to learn. Reiki is powerful. Reiki is limitless. Please let me know what problems are you currently facing that you may use Reiki for. Okay, so leave it in the comments. Don't be shy. Bye.